Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel FPL Turt. I hope all of you are doing well. Now in today's video we're going to be looking at transfer tips for game week 31. This video is probably for those who are free hitting in game week 32, but depending on your transfer strategy, it can be for anyone really. It just depends on how you're navigating through the blanks and the doubles going forward. And to start off, we've got Anthony for Manchester United. So with Rashford out, you're probably looking at another Man United option in the midfield. You've got obviously Fernandes, he's a little bit more expensive. Eriksen just coming back to full fitness. I don't think Sancho's much of a choice. Sabitza's actually not a bad choice at 4.7, but for me it's Anthony, 7.3 million. Which is around the same as Rashford, give or take. I've watched him a fair few times this season. He always looks to get a strike and goal. His output definitely could be a little bit better, but he has got a fair few goals this season. And it is his first season, so he needs time to settle in. Alanga I didn't mention. He doesn't really seem to get a look in now on that right hand side. So it looks like it's pretty much Anthony's nailed down. He started the last 5 games for United on the right hand side. Although he doesn't finish most games, he still gets a fair good few minutes. And for the price with Rashford out, I think Anthony could be a good option for Man United. So now on to Cody Gakpo for Liverpool. Great fixtures coming up: Leeds, Nottingham Forest. You've got Brentford and Fulham in there, West Ham, and Spurs at home. A few of them are tricky, but all in all, I think they're fairly good fixtures for the next few weeks. It could be a minutes issue with all the competition for the places. Attacking wise for Liverpool, you've got Darwin, you've got Diaz returning from injury, you've got Salah obviously, Firmino's still there, Jota's back to full fitness, and that's not even including, you know, Oxlade-Chamberlain, who obviously is further down the pecking order. You've got Harvey Elliott, so there is a lot of competition for places, but I'm pretty confident that Gakpo will get a fair amount of minutes. I think he's going to start most of the games in that run-in. Whether he gets a full 90s is probably quite unlikely. But I think he's very unlucky not to get more returns than he has. He's got 4 goals so far this season for Liverpool. You know, with Liverpool's form, he would probably convert a lot more if Liverpool were firing, but they're not. They're just not the same Liverpool anymore. But if they pick up form from now until the rest of the season, I think he could be a very good option. He's fairly low priced as well at 7.6 million, which is a big difference from Mohamed Salah, who's now missed a couple of penalties. Is he still going to be the penalty taker? We'll find out. But Gakpo, 7.6 million. I think he could be a very good pick for Liverpool. If it's not Salah, I'd go for Gakpo, mainly because of the price. And I do think down the middle for Liverpool, he's almost guaranteed for me. So Gakpo for Liverpool it is. So now on to Alexander Isak for Newcastle. I really like him. Good fixtures coming up, minus Arsenal at home. I think that could be a dodgy one. But all in all, good fixtures. The only thing, similar to Gakpo really, could be a minutes issue. He's got to compete with Wilson. Well, he's not really that similar to Gakpo. He's got a lot less to compete with. It's only really Wilson down the middle. Obviously, Isak can play from either side as well. But I really like him. He's already got 8 goals in 13 games. And that's not even playing full 90s for all of them. So he's been a very good signing. He seems to have lived up to the price tag that Newcastle paid for him. Look, Wilson, he doesn't stay fit for too long, as history would say. So I think Isak, for his very low price, may I add, I think he's a great option for Newcastle. He is probably, apart from Trippier and their defensive assets, I think going forward, Isak is the one to buy. So now on to Jack Grealish. Oh, he's my boo boo. Oh, he's my boo 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 boo. Yeah, he's very good form at the minute. He's probably the most in form, or one of, players in the Premier League currently, and he seems to have nailed down a fairly permanent, I say fairly permanent because it's Man City and Pep, spot on City's left-hand side. And I think with end of season running, he will be a big part of it. He seems to be linking up with Haaland brilliantly. I think it's going to be very hard to take that spot off Grealish at the minute. And also, he's starting to return to his game. So he's not just carrying the ball for City and winning it back. He's also adding goals and assists to his game, which has just taken him up just a whole new level. I can't believe people are actually doubting Grealish. I think for his very, very low price, obviously, if you take Haaland out of the equation, he is City's best option, and City's best option in FPL at the minute. So I think it's kind of a no-brainer. Now onto a player that people may have forgotten, Gabby Jesus. He's been out quite a while, ever since the World Cup really, but still a very good option. He's returned, and it's like he's never been missing. He's come straight in, and everything seems to be flowing like it was. He is nailed down starter for Arsenal. I think there's no doubt in that. 8 goals in 18 games so far, but it could be a lot more than that. He does seem to squander a lot of chances, but still, eight goals in 18 games isn't too bad. He's a great Arsenal differential. I think everyone's still focused on Saka and Odegaard. A lot of the dead teams will still have Jesus. That's why his ownership looks high, but around you it's probably fairly low. So I think differential Jesus is a very good option for Arsenal. If you're looking to take risks, really, get rid of Saka maybe, bring in Jesus. If I'm going for an Arsenal asset now, it's got to be Jesus for me. Yeah, no brainer. So now on to Pedro Porro, and probably my favourite pick of the bunch. It's also the last pick. 4.8 million, very good price. As you can see, the fixtures aren't the best. Bournemouth at home though, and Crystal Palace at home are very good. He is probably worth the risk at 4.8 million, a very good price. It looks like he's fairly settled into life at Spurs, even though they're in a bit of turmoil-ish, you could say. Not as much as Chelsea, obviously, but still in a fair bit of turmoil. But for that price, too good to turn down. He loves flying forward, as I've seen. He's already got a goal and assist to his name, and it's a similar story. Could have probably had more returns, but Spurs aren't flying at the minute, which means players aren't flying as well. But he looks good. He looks very good. And with Emerson Royal for the rest of the season, he will have that nailed down, with Doherty out on loan. So yeah, he's definitely the pick of the bunch this week for transfers. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Please follow me on Twitter at FPLTurt, Instagram FPLTurt, and subscribe, like, comment on the YouTube FPLTurt. Thank you guys again, and see you next time.